Good morning, student. Today we are going to learn about the next or further part of the classification of monohydric alcohol. In the previous lecture, we learned about the classification of monohydric alcohols. Monohydric alcohols are classified into mainly two types. First is the alcohols containing sp3COH bond, and second is the alcohols containing sp2COH bond. We learn about the classification of alcohols. Alcohols are classified into mainly two types, and among the first type, that is alcohols containing sp3COH bond, these are again classified into three types: primary alcohol, secondary alcohol, and tertiary alcohol. Primary alcohol means in the primary alcohol, hydroxyl group is bonded to primary carbon, and primary carbon is the carbon which is bonded to only one other carbon atom. This is the primary carbon. So primary carbon, secondary alcohol, primary alcohol, and tertiary alcohol can also be again of two types. Can also be again classified or again is of two types. So first is the allylic alcohol and second is the benzylic alcohol. So what is the allylic alcohols and what are the benzylic alcohols? We are going to learn. So allylic alcohols or benzylic alcohols. So what is the allylic alcohols and what are the benzylic alcohols? When hydroxyl, as we know that the alcohols contain OH is the functional group of alcohols, or hydroxyl group is the functional group of alcohols. When alcohols containing hydroxyl group bonded to, as we know that the monohydric alcohols contain hydroxyl group bonded to sp3 hybridized carbon atom. So when alcohols containing hydroxyl group bonded to sp3 hybridized carbon atom, when further bonded to sp2 hybridized carbon atom, then the alcohols are called as allylic alcohols or benzylic alcohols. So now firstly we are going to discuss about the first type, that is allylic alcohols. So what are the allylic alcohols? When in this type of the alcohols, hydroxyl group is bonded to sp3 hybridized carbon atom, which is further bonded to sp2 hybridized carbon atom, or the sp2 hybridized carbon atom is the part of carbon-carbon double bond. So this can be clear from the examples. When we learn the example, the allylic alcohols can be clearly understood. Allylic alcohols are again classified into, these are again of three types: primary allylic alcohol, secondary allylic alcohol, and tertiary allylic alcohols. So now see example number 1. This is the example: CH2 double bond CH, single bond CH2, single bond OH. So this is the hydroxyl group or alcoholic group is bonded to sp3 hybridized carbon. This is the primary carbon, or it is sp3 hybridized carbon atom. This carbon is sp3 hybridized carbon atom. The sp3 hybridized carbon atom is further bonded to, this is the sp2 hybridized carbon atom, or which is the part of carbon-carbon double bond. So when hydroxyl group bonded to sp3 hybridized carbon atom is again further bonded to sp2 hybridized carbon atom, which is the part of carbon-carbon double bond, hence it is called as primary allylic alcohol. Primary allylic alcohol. This is the allylic group, primary allylic alcohol. This is the primary carbon. Hydroxyl group is bonded to primary carbon, hence it is primary allylic alcohol. So now see next example. Next, CH2 double bond CH, single bond CH, single bond OH, and the one methyl group is bonded to secondary carbon. This is the secondary carbon because the carbon atom which is bonded to two other carbon atoms is called as the secondary carbon atom, and hydroxyl group is bonded to the secondary carbon. So it is secondary allylic alcohol. Secondary allylic alcohol. Why it is allylic alcohol? Because hydroxyl group bonded to sp3 hybridized carbon is again further bonded to sp2 hybridized carbon atom, which contains carbon, which is the part of carbon-carbon double bond. So now see next example: CH2 double bond CH, single bond C. This carbon is bonded to two other methyl groups and bonded to hydroxyl group. Hydroxyl group is bonded to tertiary carbon. What is tertiary carbon? The carbon which is bonded to three other carbon is the tertiary carbon. So hydroxyl group bonded to tertiary carbon, or tertiary carbon means sp3 hybridized carbon atom in this case, and the tertiary carbon or sp3 hybridized carbon is further bonded to sp2 hybridized carbon. This is the sp2 hybridized carbon. This is the part of carbon-carbon double bond. Hence, it is called as tertiary allylic alcohol. So, allylic alcohols are of three types: primary allylic alcohol, secondary allylic alcohol, and tertiary allylic alcohol. This is the allylic group, and hydroxyl group is bonded to allylic group. Hence, it is called as primary allylic alcohol, secondary allylic alcohol, and tertiary allylic alcohol. So, today we discuss about allylic alcohols, and in the next lecture, we will be discuss about benzylic alcohol.